students. Let us start the evolution of mammals. Yesterday we have learned about the evolution of amphibians and reptiles. Now let us see the evolution of mammals. So mammals evolved during Triassic period. So the periods are very important. So they'll be asking you questions on periods only. So mammals are dominant. So they are dominant during Cenozoic era. Cenozoic era. Mammals are dominant during the Cenozoic era. Then what is the first mammal? So if we see the first mammal evolved is shrew. It is the smallest mammal. Okay. Then if we see the fossils of mammals, fossils of mammals are small sized. They are small size. Size is very small. So what are the important characters of mammals? Important characters, if we see, mammals are more intelligent. In sensing and avoiding danger. Okay. So mammals are more intelligent in sensing and avoiding danger. Okay. And mammals are viviparous. So they give birth to their young ones. Okay. Then mammals protect the young ones during the developmental stages in female body. Okay. So during the gestation period, the mammals will protect the young ones in the female body. Then we see the mammals existed in South Africa. Okay. So let us go for the South America. First one. Mammals which are existed so mammals which were existed in South America. So mammals which are existed in South America looks like they are horse-like, bear-like, hippopotamus-like, and rabbit-like. Okay. So mammals which existed in South America are horse-like, bear-like, hippopotamus-like, and rabbit-like. Then when North America joined with South America, due to continental drift. Okay. North America joined with South America due to continental drift. Okay, now what happened? Due to joining of North America with South America, the South American mammals were lost. Okay, South American mammals were lost. Due to competition. Competition from what? Competition from North American mammals. So, competition from North American mammals, the South American mammals have been lost. Okay. Then we see the pouched mammals. So, pouched mammals lived in Australia. Why the pouched mammals are successful in Australia means they survived in Australia due to lack of competition. Due to lack of competition, or we can simply say that due to absence of competition, because no other mammal were present in Australia, so the poached mammals have been survived, right? Then the most successful study of evolution, you see, most successful study, most successful study of evolution is evolution of man. Okay, most successful study of evolution is evolution of man with communication skills, and self consciousness. Okay, now this is about the brief account of evolution. In that we are going for the evolution of plants, the tabular form, and after that we'll go for the evolution of reptiles, and after that evolution of man. Let us go for the next one, evolution of plants. So you can see chlorophyte ancestors evolved into tracheophyte ancestor, tracheophyte evolved into rhinotype ancestor, rhinotype ancestors evolved into xylophyton. So from xylophyton we can see progymnosperms, from progymnosperms you can see seed forms, and seed forms has given rise to cycads, and cycads has been given rise to dicotyledons, monocotyledons, and angiosperms. Okay, then xylophyton conifers, nettles. Okay, so we see in the Cretaceous period, Sphenos, horsetails, ginkgos, and nettles and dicotyledons have been evolved. In Jurassic period, herbaceous lycopods, ferns, conifers, and cycads. In Permian period, arborescent lycopods. In Carboniferous, seed ferns. In Devonian, progymnosperms. In Silurian, Zoosterophyllum, Xylophyton, and rhinotype plants. Then Tracheophyte ancestors and chlorophyte ancestors have been evolved in the Precambrian period and Cambrian period. So this is the evolution of plants. Okay. Now let us go for the evolution of vertebrates. So vertebrates, if we take, first one is mammals. So mammals have been evolved from synapsids. Then birds and reptiles, if we take, birds and reptiles evolved from sauropsids. Right. Then if we go for the dinosaurs and crocodiles, crocodiles from Thecodont. Okay, and you can use the word birds also. Next one, lizards and snakes. Lizards and snakes from common sauropsid ancestor. Common sauropsid ancestor. Then you can see here. So from common sauropsid ancestors, lizards and snakes, and also tortoise and spinodon. Dinosaurs have given rise to, from Thecodont. Okay, Thecodonts have given rise to dinosaurs, and dinosaurs has given rise to crocodiles and birds. So from extinct reptiles, synapsids and sauropsids have been evolved. Synapsids has given rise to Pelycosaurus. Pelycosaurus has given rise to therapsids. Therapsid has given rise to mammals. So mammals are evolved from where? Synapsids. Right. Thecodonts, dinosaurs, crocodiles, and birds. So birds and reptiles evolved from sauropsids. Okay, these sauropsids has been given rise to the birds and reptiles. Dinosaurs also comes under the reptiles. Dinosaurs, crocodiles and birds, thecodonts. Okay, we have got that one. Then lizards and snakes, common sauropsid ancestor. So this completes about the evolution of vertebrates. Okay. So when does this evolution of vertebrates? Let us go for the reptiles now. When does these reptiles have been evolved? We take the early reptiles. Early reptiles evolved during Carboniferous period. Okay. Then if you take the early reptiles are two types. There are two types. What are they? They are sauropsids and synapsids. Already we have shown that one in the flow charts. Okay. Then Pelycosaurus. Evolved during Carboniferous period. Okay. Therapsids evolved during Jurassic period. And from turtles to birds, all of them are having common ancestor. From where to where? From turtles to birds, all of them have common ancestor. Okay. Now let us go for the next one, evolution of man. Let us go for the next one, evolution of man. So first one is Dryopithecus africans. So the fossils of Dryopithecus africans was discovered around 15 million years ago. Okay, it was discovered around 15 million years ago. Right. So Dryopithecus africans is a hominoid. Okay, and Dryopithecus is the common ancestor of apes and man. So if you see the characters of the Dryopithecus africans, it is more ape-like, body is covered by hair and look like gorilla and chimpanzee. The next one is Ramapithecus. Ramapithecus is hominoid and more man-like. So that's all about that one. Next one is Australopithecus africans. Australopithecus africans is fossils were discovered around 2 million years ago, and Australopithecus is hominid. Nickname is tongue baby or first ape man. So if you see the cranial capacity or brain size, the cranial capacity or brain size is around 350 to 450 cc. And if you see the characters, Australopithecus lived in East African grasslands and he hunted with stones and ate only fruit. Next one, Homo habilis. Homo habilis was discovered, fossils were discovered around 2 million years ago, and it is also commonly called as hominid, the first human being like, and nicknames are given as handyman or toolmaker or transition man. Brain size is 650 to 800 cc. The Homo habilis also did not eat meat, ate fruit, hunted with sharp tools. So stone man also, you can use the word stone man. Homo erectus 1.5 million years ago, and he is a Homo. Nickname is erect man. Brain size is 900 cc, and they ate meat. And fossils were discovered in Java and spread through Africa. And next one is Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. Homo sapiens neanderthalensis were evolved during 1 lakh to 40,000 years ago. So it comes under Homo. Brain size is 1400 cc. Homo is the genus. Okay, it comes under genus Homo. Brain size is 1400 cc. Lived in East and Central Africa, and he used hides to cover the body. Hides means like that, the skin or something else. He covered the body with hides and buried their dead. They also buried the dead people. The next one is Homo sapiens fossilis or Cro-Magnon man. So it is around 35,000 years ago, and he is the direct ancestor of the modern man. Okay, brain size is 1650 cc. That is the largest brain size. Okay, largest brain size. Then he is more intelligent. He is more intelligent, and he used the cave paintings. He's drawn the cave paintings, and he is the European man. Then next one is Homo sapiens sapiens. It is the modern man. The brain size is 1300 to 1600 cc. Arose in Africa and moved across continents and developed into distinct race like Mongoloid, Caucasoid. Caucasoid means white people, and Negroid means Negroes, black people. Like that, he developed into the distinct race. So this topic is completed, and as per NEET syllabus, we covered all the topics, and hereafter we will be conducting only the examinations only, grand test only. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.